Okay, now we have already completed a lot of lectures regarding human resources management today, and I hope that it was not burdenizing you and it was very interesting. I have taken all the sessions right now, and this is going to be the last the last video of today's lectures. Okay, I think I have already provided you 6 or 7 lectures by now. This is going to be the last one. After that, this topic shall completely be over. So in this video lecture, first of all, there is a brief description as usual I give you, and after that I shall be showing you all the things we have prepared for you. So this topic or the topic of this lecture is going to be relating to succession planning and what is the process of succession planning, what's the meaning of that, what's the process of that, and finally how the career planning is done, your career planning. And this is important not just from the point of view of examination, but general knowledge as well. So you shall get to know about the idea of how the succession planning is done. What's the meaning of that? It's very simple to understand. When a person is going to leave the job and when the management know that in the coming times he has to be transferred or to be terminated or to leave the job, then what's there, who shall fill his vacant position, and that these kind of planning is known as succession planning, and there are some process of that. And finally the career planning topic is there. So in this video lecture we shall be covering in detail all the aspects relating to succession planning. So let me just make all my system and just open what we have prepared for you in this specific lecture, so that you can see each and everything. Now I'm just going to open this the PowerPoint and share the screen for you, and this is here. All right, now I have shown you the picture of complete slides which we have prepared for you in this specific lecture, and this is going to be regarding succession planning and career path planning. Okay, so in this lecture we are going to be talking about succession planning and your career planning, how this is done and why these are necessary. Succession planning is read and taught from the point of view of any organization, but the career path or career planning is studied from the point of view of individual human being like you and me. We are concerned about our careers, okay, but in case of succession planning we are concerned, the organization is concerned about the key positions to be held by the next personnel. So first of all, you would have understood that we are going to answer the 2 questions in this specific video lecture. The first is going to be regarding succession planning and the second is going to be regarding career planning. Okay, these are the 2. These are very smaller concept. I think these would be very easy and interesting for you to listen and understand as well. So what is succession planning? I am going to tell you right now. You know that when you hire a person, skilled person, he is of the age of 30 years, okay, and you know that once he has to leave the organization, okay, it can be at any time, it can be at the time of his retirement or it can be at the time earlier to that, because maybe he can be facing some kind of a personal problems and he shall leave the organization before attaining the age of retirement. Okay, each and every key position in the organization is to be left by someone one or other time. Okay, somebody is always going to leave the organization, and who shall cover or hold that position in future, who shall hold that position in future, this is known as succession planning. Answer of this is known as succession planning. So when our principal in the college, okay, when he shall leave the college, who shall occupy his position And when this question arises in the organization, they are very much concerned about that, because they have to take the services of the principal or the services of the key personnel on daily basis. They cannot leave that specific position blank or completely unfilled for a number of days. So that's why they have to decide in advance that who is going to leave in the near future and who shall occupy his position, so that the all the works in the organizations are not suffered due to his leaving. So this is called succession planning. Now I'm going to show you what we have prepared for you, and I hope you would have got the complete idea of what the succession planning is. So succession planning is a process for identifying and developing new leaders who can replace old leaders. So there is A is going to leave the organization. Here is B, which is groomed or which is being identified, being trained, being developed for occupying the position of A. So this is known as succession planning, developing new leaders who can replace old leaders when they leave, retire, or die. This is called succession planning. And what is important, we have to understand the process of a succession planning, which I'm going to tell you right now. This is the process of succession planning. First of all, you have to identify key role for succession planning or a replacement planning. Okay. Key role for succession. You have to decide, you have to list all jobs for which employees are going to leave. Employees are going to leave or employees are leaving in the near future. Okay, you have to identify the key roles for succession. What is there to be filled? It can be the job of a manager, of a foreman, of workers, of a subordinate, or anyone. Okay, you have to identify all the key roles or key jobs for which there will be succession in the near future. And after you have identified all the jobs, you have to define the competencies required for performing that job. Okay, so first of all, make the list of all jobs, which are going to be in the process of succession. Then you have to list all the competencies required for performing those jobs. Okay, competencies required. After you have made the list of all the competencies, you have to access people in the organization who can meet the requirement of that competencies. So first of all, find jobs to be replaced or for the succession. Secondly, enlist all the competencies which are required, all the skills, knowledge required to perform those jobs. And then find the people in the organization who possess these competencies, these knowledge and these skills, so that they can occupy the job. And after you have find the people, then you have to identify or you have to compare between them, so that you have found 10 people but you need only 2 people. Then you can compare them, you can identify the pool of their talent. Okay, so you can identify, you can get to know whom can be replaced by whom. So identify pool of talent that could potentially fill and perform high key roles. So these are the 4 steps, and the last one is just develop and train them. You have to develop and train them so that in future, if need be there, they can succeed the outgoing member or the outgoing manager or anyone in the organization. So 5 processes are there in the succession planning. First is identify all the jobs. Second, identify all the competencies required to perform that job. Then identify all the people who can be having those competencies. Then identify the pool of talent so that you choose the best possible people. And finally, just train them and develop them so that they can occupy the key positions. So these are the 5 different levels from which you have to go through in order to succession planning. So I think it was all about succession planning. I had to taught you regarding the succession planning basic and what is the process of that, which in 5 steps I have taught you completely. Now, the next is going to be regarding career planning, how the career is planned. When career planning is done, it is done from individual's point of view. Individual's point of view. Okay, we are concerned about ourselves only. I am concerned about myself, you are concerned about yourself, and this is about our career. This is a subset of a career management. Career planning applies the concept of a strategic planning and marketing to taking charge of one's professional future. You have to think about your professional future in the coming days. Okay, so there is the complete process of a career planning, again involving 5 to 6 steps. I think after that this lecture shall be over and everything will be taught to you. So there are some career stages or career planning process. At the first stage, you try to explore the areas in which you can do job, and this happens after mid 20s. When you leave your college and you decide to go to the work, this is the first stage in career planning. This is called exploration stage, where you try to find what is best and suitable for you to pursue as your occupation or your job. The second one is searching for your job and getting your first job. This is the second stage at career planning. So first you try to explore what is best for you after leaving the college. After that, the second stage is when you try to begin search for work, and this includes getting your first job. And at the mid career, you till the mid career stage, or at the stage till the age of 35 to 40, you continuously improve yourself in performance. Okay, you level of your performance start to, and after that you achieve the level of saturation when you feel that I have achieved everything to perform this specific job. Okay, this is known as mid career stage. So first you explore, after that you get job, after that mid stage is there, mid career stage is there, and fourth one is when you feel that there is no longer further information, no longer other learning which you can make, which you can do, because you know everything regarding your job. Okay, late career stage is the fourth stage in which one is no longer learning about his or her job. He feels that he know everything which is required to perform that specific job. And this is last stage, this is decline stage, which is marked by the stage of retirement, and this is the last stage in career of any individual. So these are only the 5 stages. First is exploration stage, when you start exploring what is the best area for you. Then the second stage is getting your first job and establishment and searching for work. In the third stage, there is mid-career stage, when you try to continuously improve yourself so that new methods are adopted for efficiently working a specific job. Then there is late career stage, when you feel that there is nothing new for you to learn now, and you know everything which is required to perform that job efficiently. Then the last one is a declining stage, which is marked by your retirement. So these are the stages in the career of anyone. So in this video lecture, I have taught you regarding succession planning and career path, and that was the 8th video of today. That was Tuesday, and I just believe that you would have understood each and everything you have to go through from everything which we are providing to you, and I hope you are doing exactly as per what we say you. So thank you so much for joining in this complete video lecture, and I believe like the hard work is done by us, you shall also post the hard work in the same manner and in the same proportion, and you shall bring the best and possible results. So thank you so much for joining me in this lecture. We shall be meeting tomorrow, and we shall be informing you regarding whatever the structure is there and what is there to learn to you. We shall intimate you what is going to be the topic of tomorrow via WhatsApp. Thank you so much. This is Gurpal Singh from Gurpal Education.